Hey everyone, Dave here. Welcome to a new Raid Shadow Legends video. Today we'll be talking some more about clan boss because looks like everybody need to sort out their clan boss teams to make sure they are getting the best rewards in the game on a daily basis. Before we do that, let's just cover a couple of news topics that's happening in the game right now, and then we'll jump into clan boss options and especially the very creative teams that I wanted to show you today. So as you can see from the portal behind me, we have a guaranteed 100 void shards for Volcanon, who was Badel before he became Badel. Is he worth it? I'm not sure. I don't have a 100 void shards, so that question was quite easy for me to answer. I don't have the shards, that's it. And yeah, because it's no dime December. Let's all remember this. And should I release a video about my thoughts about what we are actually asking from Plariums? I'm not sure, but yeah, I might do this by tomorrow or anyway. But yeah, let's focus on what we're talking about today. So 100 voids for Valkonen. If you have 100 voids, in my opinion, he's not worth it. Keep them for, like, I don't know, something better maybe, but yeah, I'm not sure what that would be. Second piece of news that I wanted to talk to you about is that Plarium said that probably starting December 1st, they are going to be releasing a big event called the Winter Festival Titan event, whatever. The final reward of that event will be Torment the Cold. So you're actually winning. It's sort of a long fusion. If you did all the events and everything they want us to do, like probably artifact enhancement, dungeon divers, this and that, at the end of the month, you're going to win Torment the Cold. Torment is still very powerful. I don't have him on the crazy account, but I have 2 Torments on my main account. I got them early on. He got the provokes with a bunch of very useful debuffs there. He's great in a stun set. He's great in a provoke set. So yeah, still can be used in arena, maybe not in plat arena, but in gold 5 he would work well and will surprise your enemies even in, I would say, live arena too, because he counters anyone who's doing buffs and boosting the turn meter basically. So he's definitely worth it, but that's depending on how hard they will make that Titan event. So what the announcement said is that it's a month-long event ending from probably December 1st till Christmas Day, the 25th. You will have 25 days. They said that they will give you 2,500 points, so it's more or less 100 points per day. You'll need only 2,000 points to get Torment. And what they said, they're a little bit vague about it, but they said just by logging into the game without doing anything extra or maybe just the dailies, you'll get 500 points. So 500 points, so you're missing 1,500 points to get Torment. You basically you need 200 points per day to get, not to fall behind and skip Torment or miss Torment, I would say. Of course, some days I prefer to plan ahead of time. Like, I don't need to go for him because I had 2 copies on my main. Maybe I'll go for him on the Akrisi account. But basically, like, if today you did 300 points, you can skip 100 points from tomorrow. But if today you did only 150 points or 100 points, you're missing 100 or 50 points that you'll have to make up for the next couple of days to make sure that you are in line. So starting December 1st, start counting, start keeping record. If you're not getting 200 points per day, you're falling behind if you are interested in doing that event, depending on how interesting they'll make it and how good the rewards would be along the way. Torment is definitely worth it, but just bear in mind it might interfere or run in parallel with the December fusion, so you might be burning like too much like energy or gems there trying to catch up on both. We don't know if that December fusion is going to be a good or a bad one. Maybe this is the December fusion, but we'll see, I guess, by next week, I would say. We'll have more news about this. So that's the December Winter Festival or Titan event. that they are launching with Storming the Cold at the end. Definitely worth it unless the requirements are crazy high. Last piece of news, let me actually find the right picture here. Yeah, you'll see behind me a lot of content creators were talking about this. So probably next week or the week after, they are releasing the massive new content that they've been talking about, the city of Centranos. And that's what we're seeing on the screen now. This is a map of the full city. We're not sure how it will be shown actually inside the game, but that's a map they sent us. I love it. I love that Lord of Ring type of map stuff. Yeah, and what we know so far about the new content, it will have 4 major areas. Like, yeah, I'm not covering anything. So it will have 4 major areas, 1, 2, 3, and 4, with a central tower or island part. You'll get keys to get through this. Cobble Market is going to be the easiest part, just an assumption there. So probably this is where your early game would be. But also, I guess the other parts will drop higher rewards. So let's see how this will they will plan it. And then you'll have those horrible duo bosses that they keep teasing about. So like they teased Scarab and Dragon that will face them together. Both can be beaten by poisons, so just build a tanky team with poisons, depending on if there is waves or no waves. But Theodore would be king here. Any strong poisoner would be very strong in this type of content. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, we'll strategize on teams, on the bosses when they are released. Very exciting news. I hope they deploy it well. Though this goes back to one of the major issues we're having with the game, time in game. Plarium, where are we getting time to enjoy that new content if we can barely find time per day for the older one? We need those autocomplete. We need those immediate complete. We need those dungeon runs to be run in the background with us being able to do something else in the game at the same time. A couple of things here. I'm not sure if this sort of harbor and that arena-like area will have additional content. I'm not sure, but I'm very excited about the new content here. And that was the last piece of news. So now let's go back to talking about Clan Boss. When I showed you my Heart Eater, my Maneater teams that I settled on for 2 key Ultra Nightmare and 1 key Nightmare, I told you that I'm trying to try different option of DPS, damage dealing champs. First of all, to release Maya Crisia from this comp, and the other part basically is to get the best result there. And I've settled on the best option. I'll show you actually the results. So where are my keys? So you see here, this is the team. So basically I'm using Frozen Banshee, Ruella, with her A3 disabled, and Geomancer is the main damage dealer in this comp. You see I can easily 2 key Ultra Nightmare and 1 key Nightmare. I even had better options, better damage than this sometimes, but that's all we need. So that's what I settled on. But then I got a picture, like, yeah. So this is one of our Discord members. He's using the same team, but he's using stronger damage dealer than the ones I have on a Crisia account. Fane is a perfect damage dealer for unkillable comps because she applies decreased defense, weaken, and poisons. Farrakhan the Fat with the ally attack and the HP burn, and he also applies, I'm not sure, no, he doesn't apply poisons, or maybe, I don't remember, but he hits hard, ally attack, and all of that is good. Newt is also an amazing damage dealer if his speed, well, when I showed you my Newt recommended build, I recommended building him in Relentless. This team comp won't work with Relentless gear. So yeah, it depends. If the best Newt build you can do will have him at the same speed required for this team, then yeah, he's one of the best damage dealers because of the enemy max HP hits there. But this Clan Boss comp is basically, but it's much more advanced than the one I'm showing in the video here, is based on a comp that Hell Hades was trying to do. And the whole idea of it, let's see what team he worked with here. So yeah, I'll tell you the whole idea about this. This team, the main aim is that if you have only one unkillable champ, which is Demytha, and her block damage is only for one turn, can you run a clan boss team only with her? You will have 2 speed boosters. The whole team is running quite fast so that Demytha will cycle back to her block damage fast enough to keep it on most of the time. With assigning, like here Hell Hades in the video was trying to do Torture Helm because he got that self-revive mechanism. This is going to be your stun target, so this is not affinity friendly. Okay, so that's what he was trying to do here, and we'll see the speeds and everything. Now if we go to, let me go to my first recorded video here, and this was from another one from our Discord members, Billy the Paladin. Thank you so much for sharing this, Billy. This is very creative because the thing is, he's using, let me just pause here for a sec. He's using Wukong, and all of us have Wukong at this point. Wukong got that self-revive mechanism. So what we're depending on, the only time when Demytha's block damage won't be up for the whole team, basically Wukong would be like the only one uncovered and the weakest in like defense and HP. So the clan boss will target him. He can revive himself if he dies because of the stun. And the other very creative thing that Billy's doing here is that he's using Renegade to reset the skills instead of making the team go super fast. So I'll pause a little bit when he's showing us the AI setup so you can take screenshots from it. So notice the speeds. It's not only the speeds, because in a team where you have a stun target, whether it's about budget unkillable or this kind of team, the HP and defense of the champs must be very close to what's shown on the screen, because the clan boss decides which champ is taking the hit based on their HP and defense. So basically Wukong needs to be the weakest in your team. There is margins, but you can try. This team is not easy to implement, and it will fail on affinity as well, because like here for example, we're having Dracomorph, who's the second damage dealer. He's magic affinity. So if the clan boss is force affinity, he will skip Wukong and go for Draco, messing up your whole comp there. Let me advance a little bit into the video to show you the actual run. So you see here, Demytha starts with A2. Well, you've seen the setup if you paused there. But basically, so Demytha is applying the block damage here, then Renegade is resetting it, and the whole team is going fast enough. So you see here, second AoE, we're covered by block damage as well. Then I guess, let's see where the stun will fall. No, so this team is not in sync yet. Oh, I think that Billy told me it syncs in like turn 12. So the team needs to, but yeah, with Demytha's heals, that won't be an issue. But they cannot be too squishy though. So like I said, this team won't be for everyone. But if it's your only option to have the 2 key Ultra Nightmare and 1 key Nightmare damage, then yeah, you just go with it. And the same speeds and AI setup works for both. So we're seeing here that the stun will always fall on Wukong. Let me advance a little bit. I want to show the comp after it is in sync here. So let's go, for example, to turn 15 and see. And of course, Dracomorph is probably one of the strongest, if not the strongest, damage dealers for clan boss. So we have block damage for AoE, and then we have block damage for the second AoE, which is exactly what we want. Then if we advance a bit, that's where the stun will fall on Wukong. He's always taking the stun. Of course, during the earlier phases, the stun won't kill him, but yeah. So let's advance a little bit. So same thing, basically Demytha will be covering us with block damage for the AoEs, and then the stun will fall on Wukong. You see here, 1, 2, 3 people will take a turn and he will just revive himself. and by the time it circles back to the stun, he got his passive again. So yeah, it's perfect here. Notice the damage. So I'll continue this video till the end just to show you the damage. So 35 million. We're comfortably at the 2 key range in Ultra Nightmare, and we're still going. So yeah, this team can easily 2 key Ultra Nightmare. Let me show you also the Nightmare damage on it. This is the Nightmare damage. Same AI setup, same everything. One of the good things, this team is full auto from the start. But let me just repeat it, it's not affinity friendly. So if anyone else is taking the stun but Wukong, it will be a problem. But you see here, it's exactly the same way like Ultra Nightmare. And notice the damage that we're doing here. Let me speed it up a bit till the end. We got to the 40 million with some change. I think that even Billy was sending me screenshots of this comp doing even higher damage than the recorded video. The last bit that Billy shared with me that I wanted to show you from his account is the champ builds. And like I said, when looking into like this is Dracomorph's build, of course we've seen the stats when with the AI setup at the beginning of the Ultra Nightmare video recording. But why it's important here, specifically the HP and defense, because like I said, with a stun target in the unkillable team comp, the HP and defense ratios between the champs need to be accurate there. Of course, here we don't have a Painkeeper to be with high HP for her heals. That's more difficult to tune with like budget unkillable team, Maneater, Painkeeper, budget unkillable team. Basically, the main thing that you want to have here is for Wukong to be the squishiest champ. One of the things that you should consider is basically to change Draco for another damage dealer when the clan boss affinity is Force, because Force is strong against magic and he will target Draco. So you'll need to add basically another I would say spirit affinity damage dealer like Feign, for example. That's what I wanted to share with you today. The game news, very exciting about the new content dropping. I am excited. And those creative clan boss comps and how much damage you can do with them. If you have any clan boss questions, come to my Discord. It's always in the description and we can help you build your clan boss team. No Dime December. Keep playing Raid. I'll see you next time. Bye.